description, a short-lived kidnapping attempt. Like, phrases that are wonderful out of context.
Right?
Gold star, they tried.
A short-lived kidnapping attempt before everybody's just like, nope. Just nope right out of her own kidnapping.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
a
that's
legend.
totally valid.
She's a
More
boss.
people should do that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just the clear signposts that Joe was ready for a much heavier encounter with all of that, and
Yep.
Yeah.
rapidly had to scale down.
And just what? Oh. My bad, guys.
Oh no.
Hey, it's all good.
He'll make us pay for that later.
Oh, very
now,
likely.
now, the next time, there will be 2 Bandersnatches.
The next time there'll be 2 banner snatches and no window overlooking the pond.
And both of them no counterspell.
No counterspell.
No! Who's that counterspell?
God, as soon as we get to the bad guys that can counterspell our healing, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Ren's gonna have to actually go kill those bitches.
Right?
Do it.
That is unacceptable.
Do it.
Speaking of changes in 5.5, did you know that Inflict Wounds is no longer a spell attack roll? It's now a con save?
Oh, I don't like
Interesting.
that.
That is a
I
change.
saw that and I disagree.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I hate it.
I hate many of the things that have happened to me lately.
It's like they saw what Ren or like Grace Claire were able to do and decided that's too much.
That's
Stop.
rude. I had a good time with that.
Yeah.
Loki, you're not a parrot. Can you not
Listen,
live on my shoulder?
for being on the receiving end of that, I don't think like yes, is that powerful? Yes, absolutely. Do I like would I want that to be fixed? No, not really.
No, that was fun. I had a damn good time
It also
that night.
does 2d10. It literally does like a whole d10 less damage. It's 2d10 rather than 3d10 like it used to be. Like, it is way worse.
Rude.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
I love to take that on my clerics, especially the healing clerics. But sometimes you gotta hurt a motherfucker.
Sometimes you do have to hurt him.
Sometimes some bitches need to get just completely inflicted wounds did.
And I mean, guiding bolt is fine, but sometimes they're just a lot closer. And there's only so many times I can whack them with my cleric stick before I need to be a little more aggressive.
Get them with your stick.
Shillelagh's a bit better now.
That is better.
I just want to say how much I love when Neville says, "Sometimes you just gotta hurt a motherfucker." In that delightful, pleasant little Neville voice. I fucking love it.
It makes it more terrifying and it's great.
It does. It absolutely does. It's giving definite Elise energy.
We all agree
cute
that
violence.
we were into Scar in The Lion King. I'm just saying.
I
get it.
You know, Ellie, I think that my happy little pleasant voice, I think it has an underlying air of menace because you know that I don't normally talk this way, which means I'm making an active effort to contain whatever it is I'm feeling at this moment in order to project just niceness and peace. Perhaps maybe to convince myself and you that everything is fine.
Sure
Now,
it is.
Go to sleep.
It's not
Go to
fine.
sleep. Go to sleep. Everything's fine. Go to sleep.
Go to sleep,
Stop
go to
being
sleep, go to sleep. I love
And breathe in.
it.
It's fine. Just go.
I love it.
Breathe in. Count to 10. Pray to God. Close your eyes.
Any deities out there who might be willing to listen to your prayer, I'll come for you next.
And breathe out your last breath. What?
And pray. No, not for me. For you. I have no illusions. My soul is damned.
I love it.
Hell's just down there, just like, I can't wait to throw this party. It's gonna be great.
He got the high score.
Yeah.
We fucking get to hell. It turns out they named a whole street block after you.
Well, I found my people.
It's like,
Didn't think I'd have it, but I did.
it's like, oh, you know how when you go down to Atlanta, like every 4th street is like Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard? Yeah, it's like that. Only
Only more
it's on
fire.
fire.
Speaking of ADHD, welcome back, everybody.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is part of it. I am filibustering in order to give more time for Ben to show up.
We can filibuster.
We also don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah.
Buster room's getting filled.
Oh my
Jesus.
All right, so Professor needs to visit
This is
Z.
brutal.
God damn it.
Brutal tonight.
Or
Last-
Buster.
Last we left our heroes, it is day 2 here in Tremonto. Over the course of the previous evening, there was a kidnapping attempt at the Civic Rest House where Jade and Reverie were sleeping. Reverie noped the fuck out of there, and Jade led them over to the Goldwater Trading Company where they were able to hunker down for the rest of the evening until they were able to contact their companions. You guys got the word that Jade and Reverie were sheltering in place and came running. Kind of learned about this kidnapping attempt and that Jade and Reverie's rest was kind of interrupted. So the decision was made to have them go back to Palazzo Goldwater to catch up on some Z's with Yuki kind of guiding
Watchdog.
watchdogging. Thank you.
I got you.
Meanwhile, the rest of the party went up with Marcus to Verdant Holdings to speak to Livia Moretti to learn about what's been going on with the break-ins here and that there is a potential connection to the Red Hoods. In your investigation here, you learned that there were some scratches along the floor, some light scorch marks on the wall, and the crimson coin that Livia thought she had a hold of was no longer there. That's kind of where we left off. So, I will bring everyone back to Tremonto.
Ah, Venice, the city of love and conflicting emotions.
Venice, the city of love, where we are apparently French.
I can travel in time. I have vacation time. I'm in Europe.
We are part of the European Union. We all just towns, the accents are just mixing together. They all wash out. It is très bueno.
Trey
Trey
Bueno.
Bueno.
Jesus Christ.
That's 3 buenos.
So many buenos.
So much bueno for you, for me, for our friends we met. 69. That's how that goes.
3 buenos. So, I will give you the option. Do we want to pick back up with Team Investigation or Team Palazzo at the moment?
Team
I
Palazzo.
vote Team Palazzo since we left off with the investigation. That's
All right.
Too cool.
Team Palazzo. So, Jade Reverie has gone back to finish the rest of her long rest so that she can get that note button back.
That was a good button.
That's a good button.
Mm-hmm.
Yuki, what is your position currently?
Yuki is crisscross applesauce sitting in the hallway outside the door to make sure that nobody tries to get in to hurt Jade or Reverie while they are resting.
So every once in a while, the house staff will kind of come through the hallway. Nobody that you would even consider to be threatening. As they're just walking past, the room. They know it's occupied, but they are going into the other rooms, kind of in this hallway, to make them up and make sure that they are ready if any additional guests should show up, including doing a nice. It's not quite turned down service yet, but they're making up your room too, Yuki.
Sure. Yuki will smile and nod pleasantly at them as they walk by. She's not trying to be creep or Dan. She's just making sure that nobody fucks with her friends.
What is going through Yuki's mind as she's sitting there watchdogging in the hallway?
I think with the events of the last 12 hours, with all the conflict, with everything that happened, with Yuki's hurt feelings, with she doesn't like having conflict with anyone. Ben's here. I think Yuki is trying to not focus on that. Yuki's trying not to kind of remember everything. Hear some hurtful words be echo in her head. Kind of feel the hurt that she felt when Jade shut the door in her face shortly ago. And she's just trying to kind of, I guess, talk herself down that everything's going to be fine. She just needs to make sure that everybody stays safe, because that's what she's good at. She's good at making sure everybody's safe. So that's what she's going to do and focus on. Getting a 3 on the die. Yuki's not great at it. So while she may be trying to not focus on it and remember everything, it's all replaying in her head, just like a fucking movie.
Okay. Meanwhile, inside the room, we have Jade and Reverie. And hi Ben, I see you just joined us. So if you're ready to jump in and do some shit, let's do some shit. If you need a minute to kind of situate, is also good. So Jade, you are in the room with Reverie. Reverie is either napping or waking up from her rest to complete a long rest, up to you guys, however you want to time that out. What's going on with you guys?
I think Jade is just she's got her seat like she normally does in a chair that's from the room, and just sitting by Reverie's bed. Not like right up against it, because she wants to give Reverie her space to sprawl out since she needs the rest. So it's kind of like catty corner to the bed and the window, just looking outside and looking out in the wherever we're overlooking from the palazzo in this room. And just waiting for Reverie to wake up.
Does Reverie want to wake up?
What time is it?
You're probably looking at about like noonish at this point.
Oh, Reverie would be up by then.
Okay. So Jade, I think you notice Reverie kind of stirring around.
Did you sleep well, Reverie?
I slept fairly well.
That's good.
Still feels weird not being able to access magic.
I'm sorry.
How was your night?
Well, aside from the trying to get kidnapped, it was a pretty good night. Just didn't do much else.
Do you know where everyone else is?
I think they're still out at the they went to that warehouse to go see what had been stolen, I think. Or why the machines kept breaking down. This is still the same day, Reverie, where you just took a small short rest to get your long rest in from when it was interrupted overnight.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had to come back anyway.
Do we want to wait for them to get back, or do we want to cross town to find them?
Do you want to go find them?
Do I want to risk being attacked is the question that I have to answer. And I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, we don't have to make a decision right now. We can just stay here and wait for them if you want to do that. She's gonna reach out and like take your hand. If you don't feel safe, we don't have to do anything except sit here. Oh, this house is pretty big. We can get you something to eat. I bet there's tons of rooms.
Food does sound good. Do you want food?
I'll eat with you. If you're
Okay.
hungry.
Let's go get food.
Okay. Shove
Alright,
it up and put her stuff away and head with
We're off to raid the
Reverie out.
pantry.
So as you...
Is-
go ahead.
Is Yuki still waiting outside the door?
Yep.
I was gonna
Yup.
say, as you guys get up to go, open the door, you see Yuki sitting across the hallway, watchdogging.
Hi, Yuki.
Hello. Are you feeling better? Did you get some rest?
I slept for a little bit.
Good.
Have you been out here the whole time?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Do you want to go get food with us?
Yuki will kind of look at Jade and try to judge how Jade is feeling. But I think Yuki will say, I would really like that. If that's all right.
Bet they have a whole big kitchen here.
Probably multiple.
Do you think they have more than one kitchen?
This place is huge. I don't see how... I mean, maybe they don't, but we should definitely try to figure out how many kitchens they have.
I'm sure we could ask someone.
I kind of want to sneak around just for fun.
Okay, we could do that.
You okay with that?
I'm not the best at being sneaky, but I could try to be sneaky.
I bet you're better than you give yourself credit for.
You know what? I could do one thing. But it only lasts for a minute, so it's probably not worthwhile. So, but if we get into a point where we need to be really, really sneaky, I'll do it, and then we won't have to. I bet I could just. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Sometimes all you need is a minute.
Alright, Reverie, where should we start?
That way. And she turns around and points down the hall.
Okay.
Are you guys looking to do like full Palazzo, like sneak team 6, or
Yeah,
how
I
far?
think we're sneak teaming it.
How far are we looking to go here? Is there anything you're looking for? Or you just kind of roaming the grounds?
We're specifically looking for the kitchen, but I think Jade will definitely be of a mind to like peek into rooms as we go around. just to see what's around.
I'm feeling feisty. I want to steal something from the pantries without permission.
I love it.
Jay's not good for team sneaky, so she's definitely like lagging behind to peek in other rooms and then quickly catching up.
Truly, there is no crime greater than the completely unnecessary crime where you were allowed to take whatever you wanted anyway.
Oh, you only took one tart? You could have this whole tray. No, it's the point. Run.
Viva la revolution! Stuffs Pop-Tart inbound, jumps out window.
I'm just gonna set these tarts here since you can get them later. It's fine.
So why don't the group of you give me a stealth check?
All right. Cool. With disadvantage, that's an 8.
That is a.
This is why Reverie and Jade aren't the sneaky ones. We're definitely doing that Emperor's New Groove thing with Kronk, like thinking that he's sneaking around, and the people passing him by are just like, okay, keep walking. Don't ask questions. He's doing his own theme music. Just keep going.
Just flatten yourself up against a wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly
One
that.
of them just like shakes his head, like they're the guests. Let them and
Just
pretend they're sneaky.
So sneaky. I can't imagine how these dishes went missing. It's fine. Why are
It's-
the dishes clean
just-
now?
It's just like when the mistress's personal instructor comes along and then like is sneaking out through the hallways with no pants on. We just pretend we didn't see it. Okay.
No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
Yuki, you rolled the highest. Give me a higher low.
Always high, baby.
2.
Right.
Right. So, you guys are sneaking around. You're slinking along the walls, the hallways of this house. There are always house staff just kind of roaming about, and they kind of keep walking by you, and you do have to kind of ask yourself, did they really not see us? Because they just kind of keep doing their thing. You turn down the hallway as Reverie kind of guides you, and it brings you back out to like the large, like it's almost like the hub of the house, where there are several hallways interconnecting, several stairwells that are leading up to multiple levels of the house. You recognize where you came in from the little harbor area. You recognize the little dining room that you were led into when you first got here. And you kind of sneak off, knowing that you know where that is. I feel like you guys would kind of not go in that direction. You'd try to find for a road less traveled. Is that right, or would you go somewhere that you're familiar?
I feel like if we're being sneaky and explory, we'd probably go somewhere unfamiliar. But that's just me.
So I think with Yuki leading you, you kind of make your way almost into like one of the servants' hallways that you know definitely like connects to all different parts of the palazzo. The hallways are narrow. There are many branching junctions, and I think at one point you guys take a couple of turns. You see a large set of double doors in front of you, almost like kitchen double doors. Peering through the window, you see a darkened room. It is a massive area, definitely connected to a kitchen, but this is most certainly a banquet hall. You see a number of tables that are set up with very fine tablecloths, very fine silverware. There are crystal drinkware set up at every single table. kind of up on a bit of a raised platform, you see a long rectangular table, many seats behind it. Half of this room seems to be set up, the other half seems to be in various states of being prepared. Looks like an event is going to go down here.
Joe, why would you tempt me so?
Because it's fun.
Literally, I would have been okay with stealing like a sleeve of Oreos, but you're like, hey, there's going to be a feast. And a lot of people are going to be here.
Yuki rolled a 59.
Oh, look at this place.
Do you go in?
I think Jade is drawn to the pretty things and goes in.
Yeah, let's do it.
You head inside.
It's like you said it's under construction, or it's like it's in the middle of being decorated.
It's in the middle of being decorated.
Okay.
It's kind of dark. There's no lights in here, but there is quite a bit of natural light coming in from large ceiling to, like floor-to-ceiling windows that overlook the western side of the palazzo. So you have a perfect vision of just kind of water.
It's so pretty in here.
Do you think this is where they're setting up for the wedding?
Is that today? Or tomorrow?
No, it's not that soon.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, then I doubt it.
I don't know, this place is pretty big. They probably take a lot of time to decorate.
I wonder if they're going to be having a party after the regatta.
Maybe. They sure seem excited to have Noriko and Marcus get married, don't they?
Yuki nods. Yes.
I bet they're going to be great. What is it called when you marry someone's family? Additional family?
In-laws?
That doesn't sound right.
Where would they be in? And what are the laws they have to follow?
I don't know. It just sounded right, but now I'm questioning every decision I've ever made.
Why?
Not really every decision I've ever made, just that one.
Well, either way, Marcus's mum and dad seem really nice, and if this is for the wedding, they're really trying to make it very pretty. What do you think of Marcus?
Who's she asking?
She's just asking the question aloud.
I don't know what to think yet.
I think he's nervous.
I think it is good that they are spending time together for... I don't know. Something just... I don't know. Seems off with him. He does seem nice, but... I don't know if he is a good fit for Noriko.
Why?
I don't... The repeated conversations about her giving up adventuring and staying here, and it's all being hinted. It's nothing sounds like it's been said that she must. I worry that he is not accepting Nariko for who she is and what she loves.
Well, he went out with her on an adventure. And he's still going with her. Probably just never had to do anything like that before.
You may be right. It may just be a feeling that I have, but Yuki's gonna kind of like smile sheepishly. You asked.
Well, if Narco decides to go through with the wedding, I just hope she's happy. And Marcus and his family seem really nice. And they seem to care about her well-being, at least. They don't want anything to happen to her. And, I mean, it's Noriko. They're not going to be able to make her do anything she doesn't want to do.
That is very true.
Jade will just, like, touch one of the decorations. You're muted.
You're muted.
Damn it. As you guys are wandering around this area, you guys are talking to each other. Reverie.
Syrian.
No.
Teleports in from outside.
Reverie, you spot the double doors at the other end of this banquet hall, and you can see the massive kitchen beyond through the little porthole windows. That is clearly meant to feed dozens, scores of people.
Are there people working in the kitchen?
You do not see anyone in there.
Is there anybody watching me right now?
Give me a perception check.
Absolutely not.
Coast is 100% clear.
Nobody's in the house at all.
You might be the only person in this room.
Wait. I have an inspiration to Reverie reroll that.
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna keep it.
We're gonna run with it.
Roll with
I
it, yes.
love it. Fuck
I
yeah.
love that.
The dice are telling a story.
Sometimes the story is, why are you stealing tarts when we could just give them to you? For sure.
All right. Since nobody is watching me, I'm just gonna walk into the kitchen, assuming I don't see anybody through the doorway.
No, you don't see anyone through the doorway. The door swings open as you walk through. The kitchen is empty. There's nobody currently inside. The countertops are all cleaned, but you do notice that there are several pantry-looking closets. There are also some, well, they're not refrigerators, but ice boxes, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. I will start going through the closest one.
Yuki Jade, are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jade will follow after she realizes that both of them have left. It's just very, very distracted by the size of the room and something just in the back of her mind, and then goes and gets distracted by the fact that they're not there anymore and chases after him.
Are you going Reverie for like one of the ice boxes, or are you looking for something that's more like dry storage?
Dry storage. I'm definitely looking for snacks.
Yeah, so you open one of the dry storage containers. Yeah, there are packages of like pre-made like cookies, crackers. There are other kinds of I don't know what would you keep in a pantry at a banquet hall?
Probably lots of fresh fruits,
Yeah,
fresh
yeah.
fruits and things like that.
Fruits, potatoes.
No apples left.
Apples are all fresh outside. Probably don't have any in here anymore because of Ren.
How's it, Ren?
Noticeable lack of apples. There are like trail mixes. There are like nuts, dried fruits as well.
Lots of candied almonds just in little bags for no reason.
Totally candied stuff all around. Granola bars.
Just brought granola bars from the dwarves up north.
So yeah, lots of little stuff like that. Non-perishables.
Yuki,
Ishne.
what looks good to you? Yes,
Uh,
but I don't know what to pick.
that one? I should just like point at some mango. Not the pineapple though. That's a status symbol. You're never supposed to eat it.
I think Yuki will see not apples. I think Yuki will see maybe some sweets, maybe some cookies, some muffins. These look pretty good. And Yuki will take a muffin.
I'll grab the mango Jade pointed at and ask, "Did you want this?"
I'll share something with you if you want to share.
I'm grabbing 2 mangoes.
Psych, they're actually conures. Blend in with the mangoes.
Right. Yeah. And you got yourself some snacks
Yeah. Team
From
snack.
one pantry.
from one pantry.
But wait, there's more.
It's strange that there's no one else in the kitchen right now.
What time is it?
30 people behind us.
Where?
I think it's around noon.
Maybe they're in a different kitchen.
Do you really think there's more than one kitchen? Well, maybe this is just the special room kitchen. It does seem pretty big. It seems much bigger than the room we were in when we had brunch the other day.
This could be their party kitchen, and the other one might be their regular kitchen.
Oh, that's probably right. Should we go try to find the second kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. But we could find those servants' stairs again and get somewhere. We just get stuck in a wall and we're just like, we don't know how to get out. Please let us out. Everyone comes back. Where did everybody go? Just knocking on the walls inside. There's rats. No, it's just us.
I'm going to pull out dagger number 9 and start like cutting slices of mango. And hand some to Jade.
Nice.
Right?
Fantasy equivalent of cutting an apple with a knife. Thank you, Reverie. Jade will nibble at your mangoes.
Anything else in the banquet hall kitchen, or are you heading back out the way you came in?
Is there anything else like interesting in the banquet hall?
Nothing of note other than what I've already described. I mean, the decorations and the place settings and everything looks very fancy. And
Does it look like decorations for a wedding?
give me an insight check.
Oh yeah, Jade's great at these. Actually, that one wasn't bad. Insight. Oh, that's right. Actually, I'm good at insight. 23.
So I think as you make your way around this room and you kind of peek at the decorations that are on these tables, I think you do see on one of the tables that looks like it has been completely set up and ready, probably like the test one to make sure that it looks good the way they want it to. You do see that there is a centerpiece on this table that has the symbols of the Goldwater and von Grutzner families. So, seems like they're setting up for the wedding here.
I think Jade just looks at that for a moment, nibbling at her mango. I think Naruto would be happy here.
So,
Where do you want to go to next, Rippery?
I don't know. You pick.
Do you want to try to go find a garden?
Sure.
Okay. Try to find our
think-
way, wind through this massive house to get to another garden.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just like make our way through the house.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna explore this house. How many libraries are in this house, and how many kitchens do we find?
2 libraries, 3 kitchens,
Oh my God, there were more than one.
Jesus.
about a dozen bedrooms. There is the grand banquet hall that you saw, the smaller dining hall that you were in when you first got here. There is a formal dining room as well. There is a lounge with a big fireplace. There's also a game room and the gym and the fencing parlor as well.
But no conservatory. This place is lame.
Question.
Well, I think instead of the conservatory, you have the entire garden in the backyard, which has its own little chapel and yeah.
So as we're roaming,
So offended when I said that.
Right? I caught that too. He was like, wait a minute. Go
do
ahead,
I
sorry.
detect? You're good. Do I detect any weaknesses in the like anti-magic bullshit that they have?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay, dice. 13.
Seems pretty solid from within the walls, but you think as soon as you walk out the door, you're no longer subject to the suppression.
Okay.
Somebody give me a higher low.
One
Low.
of the 3 of us.
Ben called low.
Ben called low.
And did call low.
You make your way throughout the rest of the house. Again, the rocket. The house staff either not seeing you or just not paying attention to you. Can kind of make your way out. You can either make your way out front, which will lead you out into the city, or through the back door, which will bring you out to the garden. Your choice.
I think Jade wants to go to the garden, so she'd probably like lead everyone towards the gardens.
And I think since Reverie is concerned about being kidnapped again, you know, gardens is probably a good idea.
All right. Your journey plops you back out into the garden at the back of Palazzo Goldwater.
While we're in the garden, do we see like a pile of like apple cores?
Oh yeah.
Did he leave the cores or did he eat them?
Does Ren eat the apple cores?
Good
We
question.
rolled for this before and I don't remember. Yeah, I think he ate all the
Oh,
cores.
Roll again.
Roll
Some
again.
Pear
Let's go.
trees. Damn it. Where'd my mouse go?
I'm still pretty sure he was eating the cores before.
So no apple cores, but there is a distinct patch of trees where there are no more fruit.
Oh, I think Ren was sleeping out here.
Anything else, team sneak around the house want to do?
Nothing for Yuki.
I'm good.
Good. We stuck around. We got our illicit snacks. Just gonna
Yeah,
find
I'm
a nice spot in the garden to have our illicit snacks at.
I'm stealing from each pantry, but we don't have to act it out.
We have like a little basket of stuff now, of like cookies and cakes and
I think
fruit.
I think at one point you see like a chef or one of the kitchen hands just kind of like entering the kitchen and like, with your passive perception, I think you can kind of, they clearly see you, but do this slow back away and fade.
Oh, he must
Like
have forgotten something. Just nope. Let the kids go. It's fine.
I love it.
Well, did we steal a whole pie?
Yeah,
We definitely took a whole pie. Okay, there were 12 other pies, so this is the 13th pie.
Back to Team Verdant Holdings. So you guys have spent some time here at this warehouse. You have made your investigation. Livia has come up that she does not have the Crimson Coin anymore. I think that's kind of where we left things off with you guys. You do have Marcus, you have Brutus, and you have Sentinel Syrian with you as well.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure our plan was to come back and do a stakeout in order to catch the criminals in the act, at which point interrogations and coin procurement can go ahead. Does it seem like the machine itself is like pretty much ready to go? Like there doesn't need to be any further work done on it?
Yeah, no. Livia has pretty much mentioned. Yeah, the machine has already done its test, and it is just about ready to start producing. Yeah.
Cool. What options, if any, would there be if Naruto wanted to modify the machine to set up some booby traps for anyone who messed with it?
What kind of booby traps is Narco looking to set?
So Naruto is not looking for like installing a mechanical arm that reaches out, pulls in somebody, and then processes them into bricks. We're not going that far.
Just a
But-
giant mechanical arm with a punch with like a boxing glove on the end, Batman style.
More like if someone tries to, you know, pull this lever, this hinge will like swing down and like clamp onto them. You know, sort of grappling them bear trap style, and also like making some noise to alert someone nearby.
I think a check with Tinker's tools and perhaps some materials we may have on hand to construct the quote-unquote bear trap, I think would do it.
What ability score modifier? Just intelligence?
Yeah, I'd say intelligence.
Cool. Okay, so that's 13 on the die, plus 2 for guidance, plus 2 for spellsmith intuition, plus I have expertise, that's plus 6, plus 5 intelligence, so that would be 28.
I'd say you were very much able to fashion such a contraption.
Lovely. As she works, Naoko will ask Miss Livia about what time she tends to sort of like lock up the shop for the day.
She'll tell you, she usually locks up and leaves around sunset, so you'd be looking like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. And since no one has found anything, we don't know what time the ne'er-do-wells actually stop by to do their thing, so probably just best to make our plans to come back around sunset and set up our stakeout positions.
Okay.
If she wants to leave us a key to the warehouse to do that, that's fine. I could absolutely break my way in myself either anyway, but
I think she would agree that there's been enough breaking being done at the warehouse, so she will gladly give you a key.
We found some markings last time, something that might have been claw marks, something that seemed like a scorch mark, but no clues to what specific actions or creatures might have caused it, but we'll probably find out when they try to kill us.
Not specifically. Worth pointing out that Professor did catch the signature of Void.
Of Void.
It was
Yes.
not currently active, but the signature was there.
Cool. So, further locking in the fact that we need to do something about this, because any unregistered Void stuff needs to be investigated. Which is why Narco is a lot more interested in the Crimson Hoods than just to get the jewelry's maker back. Narco will turn to Professor and Ren and ask if they have anything else they wish to address while we're here at the scene before coming back later this evening.
I think for
I
me,
do not.
So I think
Go for it.
Syrian will kind of look at you, Professor, and he's almost got a bit of a hopeful gleam, a bit of an excited expression. And he leads into you, Professor, and he says, "Do you think we're going to be fighting Void here?"
maybe. Is this something you're looking forward to?
I mean, we don't look forward to fights, but the more exposure we have to it, the more chance we have to learn about it, right?
Yes, this is true. So, based on the notes that you've looked over, what do you know? What can you expect?
I think so far the gist is that we can expect the unexpected, right?
Yes, but also a pop-out answer.
Well, from the notes I've read, Void tends to twist reality into some kind of perversion of itself. So perhaps we'll find something in there that was once innate and harmless, and perhaps turned to be violent and destructive.
He
Now he's
nods.
getting somewhere.
Good. Right. So, when you're coming up against Void, a few things you should keep in mind. He kind of screws up his face a bit, not really loving the word, but he just air quotes, corruptive nature is the one thing that has appeared in all instances when coming up against it in other people. Now, we've got the ability to use it in non-corruptive ways, but it seems that the people we come up against haven't figured that out yet. So, I highly recommend not being the subject of an attack. Don't let them hit you with it.
Right.
And if for whatever reason you start to hear voices or whispers, you let me know immediately. And I doubt this will be a thing, but if you hear a voice, if you hear someone offering you power, more than you could possibly imagine to do the things that you set out to do, do not accept it under any circumstance. Understand?
I can do that.
He nods. It seems that the Void's biggest... He kind of screws up his face again, not really loving the word again. Desire is to spread. And the easiest way to spread through the material plane is through the hearts of those who wish to do good. Because it's through the good of other people that they can twist it into an easy way out. Because let's face it, we want to do anything to do the right thing. And sometimes it's easy to do the wrong thing when you mean to do the right. If that makes any sense.
I think I get it.
Good. So then, keep close, don't wander off, don't accept any gifts from voidy things, and don't get attacked.
All sound, solid advice.
He was
Good.
sent by the goblins. How do you expect him not to get attacked?
I hadn't given him the instruction not to get attacked yet.
Oh, you did not think that was a default.
No one expects to fall through a portal and into the laps of a group of goblins. And don't get me wrong, Syrian. That is incredibly embarrassing on your part. But you'll learn.
That actually reminds me. I've read your notes for Rose Coast. Speaking of portals, it seems that the Void tends to use these things to try to bring things in from other worlds. Do you think
Seems like it.
Do you think
Close.
that's what we'll see?
No, and close. The Void does not do those things. People use the Void to do those things. People use the Void. The Void doesn't do things on its own.
I see.
You're quite certain of that.
Turn flowers into monsters, and then it just kind of does its own thing. I digress.
Oh. We're still there on that matter, are we?
Anything can be used in a bad way if it's used by bad people. And it's our jobs to make sure we don't become those bad people.
That makes sense.
You would think. I'm sure everyone in that cult thought that they were doing the right thing at some point.
I suppose everyone's the hero of their own story, huh?
At least they start that way. Anyways, this all seems like fairly cut and dry. I think I'm ready if you are, Syrian.
I'm ready.
Mariko?
Narco gives her screwdriver a spin as she tucks it back in her utility belt. Naturally.
Can I join you on the stakeout?
This is Syrian asking?
Yes.
Narco would be hesitant, but I still see that massive hit points. So
Less hesitant!
even if he's not competent, he'll probably survive. Mostly. Narco nods and says, I think it would be a good field test for you. Do you have any training with more covert operations? She looks at him and his big fighter plate, and coming from Sentinels, which Narco presumes they're mostly paladins, clerics, and fighters by default.
Yeah. He answers you and says,
He's a cook.
I'm the
You
chaplain.
got cooked.
I'm a trainee, so I haven't been trained for that, but I also haven't been trained for anything else, so I'm
Oh.
technically not a deficiency. I'm equally bad at all things.
Oh, there you go.
You get attacked by goblins one time.
Yeah, that was enough.
He answers you, I'm more of a frontline kind of fighter, not
More of a
really,
lover, not a fighter.
not really, I haven't really been trained for covert ops.
Alright. Then you'll probably be assigned a hiding spot that is a bit more covered and out of the way. But once things get rolling, move at speed.
Understood.
Narco will then turn towards Marcus and say, "And what of our other aspiring adventurer?"
I mean, I can. I leave the fighting to Brutus, really.
But you do want to join in the fun.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can. I have a pretty keen eye. I think I can. I'm pretty good at keeping watch. I would think.
Wonderful. Well then, why don't you stay close to me, and you can serve as my spotter. I'll keep you safe.
Ooh, in your place, Marcus.
Yes. That sounds like a good plan.
All right then. Let's return back to the estate. Jane and Reverie should have had enough rest by now. I'm sure they're eager to get some use out of their day. We have been walking back and forth across the city all last night and this morning.
Like, yeah, we have.
Marcus is on the way back. Are there any landmarks, sites that we haven't had the chance to see? Just so that something
As we're
extra
going.
here.
He actually took his catamaran up through the canals to get here. He didn't walk here to.
Oh, true.
We did not walk here today.
Did not walk here on this day.
Okay, so we did see some different stuff on the way here.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Are we taking the boat for a quick trip back the other way?
Probably should.
Welcome to.
Might as well, just because more time saved means more time we can do stuff. Because
More time for bullshit.
we're gonna be up late tonight, so if you want to take a power nap before nightfall, in case we're up for quite a while, versus trying to squeeze in some more Tramonto time. We never did get to go see the big Centro Market. Also, there's a casino apparently, and I know Joe is waiting anxiously for us to make terrible decisions regarding that.
Just trying to get rid of our money.
No, mine. I need it. I do not have enough cannons yet.
Yeah, cannons, obviously.
Also secret project.
Secret.
I need like
as
2,000
they-
credits. Very important.
As they start to leave, Ren will eye the professor. My feelings are hurt. We are supposed to be best friends, but did you not ask how I was ready? I was not even the last. I did not even make your list.
That's because if I feign an interest in your life, you have something snarky to say about it.
But that is what brings joy to my life.
See, this is why I don't ask you.
It would
You
be
did not
polite to.
either.
You were the one doing the asking. Very well. Are you prepared?
I am. Thank you, Ren. And then he walks.
So, the boat is ready for you guys to all crowd back in and sail back through the canals if you want to head back to the Palazzo.
Let's go.
Right. Grab y'all. Oh. There. I think that's everybody. So
I know,
you
we
guys
keep getting lost.
sail along the canal. As you get to this spot here, Marcus will point out some additional landmarks that are along the way.
Ooh.
He points out that there is an inn on the water that is by where the merchant district is. This place here, called Golden Griffin.
Love a good griffin.
What is the nature of that establishment?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how gold is the griffin? With 10 being Sepka.
Ooh. Enough
Do
of
they
a
serve
10.
cider?
I'd give it more of a Sephi on a scale of 1 to Sepka.
Oh,
Scale of 1 to Stepka.
Just called the Golden Griffin. There's actually nothing golden about the building, but the word gold tends to attract some of the merchants to stay there and spend some money on a night's stay at the lovely inn.
Mhm.
Like the most basic of psychological tools is like, if we put something referencing money here, perhaps money will come to us.
Okay,
Pretty
right,
much.
but it didn't work.
As you get around to the bend here in the canal, he points out there are two kind of larger conspicuous buildings that are in this area here. This one down here, we're important location. We don't know that yet. And this one up here looks like it has a large tower. He will point these out as the homes of the other elite families of Tremonto.
Oh.
You have Palazzo Bellamonte, which is this one. I was on the GM later, so that probably didn't work. That one.
Possibly no. Oh, there!
And the other one, Palazzo Doro.
Oh. That's not even subtle, man.
If we name ourselves after gold, maybe we'll get more gold.
Now you just seem desperate.
Okay. We know the important location now.
Yep.
Goodbye, little text.
So those are the other notable buildings that he points out along the way back to home.
Woo.
Oh, I dragged the number 1 date spot.
Excellent. I mean, it's technically wherever they are, right?
That's not wrong. So you guys kind of sail back up into the little private harbor, I guess you can call it, that
Location.
the Goldwaters have.
Cove?
Cove, yeah, cove is probably a better word.
There it is.
So you guys kind of sail in, and the rest of you, Yuki and Reverie and Jade, as you are in the garden area, you see this ship pull into the cove, and you see your companions get out. So as you guys make your way back into Palazzo Goldwater, it is afternoon at this point, so there is lunch and hors d'oeuvres served. You can either take that in one of the dining rooms, or you may have a picnic out by the garden.
Ren trots happily back to the orchard, looking for apples, and then sadly realizing there are a few left on the trees. Where did they all go?
One of
There were so
the
many last night.
Why is the rum always gone?
I'm gone.
I think they went into your stomach, Ren.
But there were so many.
Mm.
Bad run noises.
We see Jade, Reverie, and Yuki hanging out.
Yeah, if you make your way back out into the garden, yeah, you would totally see them back there. I think they would still be back there unless you guys would have moved on.
no, I think we're still out there.
Yeah.
We are enjoying our spoils.
Mm-hmm.
Naruto, not realizing that this is in fact a band of brigands sharing their spoils, believes that this is a perfectly innocuous picnic, like Jade likes to do. So, Naruto will head over and take a seat with them and say, oh, "Looks like you've been enjoying the lovely day. How are you feeling?"
I'm sorry, who was that directed to?
You, the collective, you all.
We're good, Noriko. How was your day?
Uh.
Did you learn anything interesting?
Well, the place we needed to visit, Verdant Holdings, was on the northeast side of town. So rather than walk across the whole again, we took a boat up the canal. Interesting, different way to see the city for sure. Met Miss Livia, learned about the attacks she's been suffering that seem almost certain to be from the Red Hoods. She did not have the Crimson Coin that had been left behind. It appears it might have either magically relocated itself back to the Red Hoods or have been stolen by them on another occasion once they realized it was missing. Either way, though, her machine is close to being finished. So we expect tonight she is likely to suffer another. There is a small kitten chasing Rosie. We expect another act of sabotage tonight. So I volunteered our services to stake out so that we could potentially capture the ones doing so. Maybe find out some more about what the Red Hoods are doing with their operations. Possibly acquire a Crimson Coin to help us with making our way into the Thieves Guild. But that is for this evening around sundown, so we do have some time to do other activities for ourselves.
Oh, sounds like a busy morning.
Yes. Oh, and our investigation of the workshop contained traces of void magic. So it seems that whoever was doing these break-ins was making use of those powers, which, at least presently, the only person we know of in town to do so would be Lorenzo, who is an active member of the Red Hoods. So that is the most likely connection so far.
If
You
Lorenzo
people-
isn't actually one of the echoes.
It doesn't have to be an echo to use void magic.
He doesn't have to be an echo, but he may be a cult member.
Given the volatility, I would want to know, regardless how he came by that magic. Again, that could lead us towards, people of interest like the Echo or the Cult. So, and yes, so it is a leap. I would like to see what we can produce from that before we get too invested in potentially kicking up a hornet's nest by trying to get into the Thieves Guild itself. So,
Well, if the Thieves Guild is part of the cult, they're gonna know who you are.
oh sure, but the more information I have, at least on what they're up to, I can at least match it. I don't like it, but I'm becoming used to working at a deficit in terms of information. So hopefully tonight can rectify that somewhat.
Well, I'm sure we're watching. We'll find something.
Anyway, I wanted to ask if there were any activities or places in town that you were still curious to visit. I know we haven't quite made it all the way down to the central market. We sort of got sidetracked once we hit Gleam and Glister and realized there were people in need of assistance.
I was hoping to go to the market.
Well then. Shall we make an afternoon of it?
Sure.
Wonderful.
So best
Narco
people
looks
play
towards
Alex.
Reverie and Yuki.
Sounds good to me.
Should you change or kind of not worthwhile at this point?
Like clothes or form?
Form doesn't really seem to have mattered the last few times, but I didn't know if maybe you would feel more comfortable.
Well, should I let them see another form or?
I suppose that's something. Probably shouldn't give away all your forms.
Are you having this discussion in front of Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if he's here next to us, then yeah, Jade didn't think to not say anything. So used to everybody just knowing.
I think
Strangely enough, the fact that Reverie never changes her form makes the reveal of her being a changeling like not seem like a big deal to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if this was a thing we utilized all the time for like actual espionage, then we probably would be a lot more concerned about not letting people know that she can do that.
Yeah. Also, considering the fact that the Goldwaters knew about the ranch from the professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because we don't use it, they might not know that she's a changeling, but they
Yeah.
probably know things like there's a big spooky cult that put a massive bounty on everyone.
Yep.
I struggle to believe that they could not know that much at least.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, we're about to find out what Marcus knows.
Honestly, it'd be kind of funny if we just ran into like a random group of bounty hunters in Tremonto. They're just like, "Oh, we are Condottiero. We are here to capture you." And it's just like, "Oh, that's cute." Punch.
I'll give you 100 gold to fuck off. We accept. Off they go.
We work for the highest bidder. That's less than what we were going to. Shh.
Shh.
Think-
We can't read either. We were just promised money.
So, does Marcus react to this at all?
see he's kind of watching with a bit of curiosity, but he doesn't really seem to get what you're saying. But he doesn't say anything.
Is he like staring at me?
He's kind of like watching the conversation bounce between Reverie and Jade and everyone else.
Marcus,
Yes.
are you familiar with the term changeling? Hold on, pause. There's a kitty.
Oh my goodness.
ADD. We don't have ADD around here.
I mean, there's no ADD. It's a kitten. You have to pay attention to the babies.
So I
Yeah.
figured I'd pick him up now because in like an hour he's gonna need to go to bed. So
No.
Yep.
Oh, sleepy boy.
He's a grown baby. He needs to sleep.
He is.
It's a grown baby. You need to cuddle.
ginormous and torture Loki.
oops. Oh, okay. I'm my back. Sure, why not?
He's a parrot. You didn't know that?
Oh, hi,
Oh,
baby.
honey. Little cutie.
Oh, sweet.
Like, first of all, I do what I want.
Are you? Oh no, keep going. Oh, the big guy.
Definitely got an orange cat.
All right, he can play with Rosie a bit more, so he'll be talking about it at that time.
I love that. So glad he's getting on good with her.
Mhm.
Destruction over. Continue with.
Yes. So Marcus looks at you, Reverie, and he says, "Yes, I know of changelings. I haven't met one, or at least, well, I guess I wouldn't know unless they told me."
Well, now you have.
Oh,
I would appreciate it if you don't spread that around.
he looks at you and looks to Brutus, and you can kind of tell there's a bit of an excitement in his expression, and he nods and he says, "Of course, yes, of course."
Do I believe that he's going to keep the secret?
Give me an insight check.
Okay, Dice, that's better than you've done all night.
Fresh batch of apples is brought out in front of you.
Okay, so he doesn't notice how stupid Marcus is. Okay, so he won't be judging him for being a complete and utter inept fool. Okay, that's cool.
You're pretty confident he seems his expression, the way he kind of looked and it was very emphatic with his nodding. He seems to be very earnest.
Okay, I'm satisfied for now.
He says, "Oh, well, if you guys want to go to the market, we can take the boat over. It's right across the harbor there." And he just kind of points where you can see like the large building just right across the canal there.
That's very
Alright.
nice, Marcus. Thank you. And then she'll just lean into Reverie, like looking like she's putting the treats that they hadn't yet eaten back in her basket, and just goes, "Oh my gosh, Reverie, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I forgot he was there."
Okay, you're fine. You don't need to apologize.
Doesn't make much of an impression when he's not talking.
Oh, damn.
Brutal.
Hey, Brutus
Well,
is right there, the towering orc, and she didn't notice him either. So I got distracted by Noriko. I'm sorry.
Kate, it's fine.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, that's like 3 apologies already. I just give Jade a hug.
I'll go back. I'll walk this memory later. But, like 2 years when I could do that. Just talking to herself really quietly. So, I have a basket of cookies and muffins and half the pie that we can take with us to the market. Unless anyone wants half a pie now.
What type of pie is it?
Cherry?
No, thank you.
You need to eat something more than apples, friend. It's going to upset your stomach.
Disagree.
Stomachs.
The ocean upsets my stomachs.
Up the oceans with your apples probably upsets your stomachs.
Nope, just the ocean.
I think even regular horses have to eat more than just apples.
Do not care,
And
I
you're-
am not a horse.
To pure centaur, who's got us. I guess you're right. You probably don't have to eat anything, do you?
I have died once, let me live.
She's not going to live well if you get an upset stomach all the time.
Disagree, I'm living very well right now. There are apples.
Okay.
Jade, I don't think you're going to win this one.
No, I don't think I'm going to win anything, honestly.
You know, on the plus side, Ren's probably not going to get scurvy.
Get what?
You know, the scurvy. He like blinks at you like, you don't know about the scurvy? Scurvy! Scurvy?
Oh, cool. Apples do have vitamin C. I wasn't sure. Had to Google that shit.
Professor, I'm 2 months old. You're gonna have to explain something and not in a different tone of voice. That doesn't help.
I love this shit.
He kind of wrinkles up his face like, right. Imagine this. You don't eat your fruit. Then all of a sudden, every wound you've ever had all of a sudden starts opening up again.
That sounds like a void spell. Is scurvy a void spell?
Oh man, that would be a great void spell, wouldn't it? But no, it's really just because you haven't eaten enough apples.
Ren will look around nervously and put an apple in each person's hand in the group. Because now he is starting to feel bad that he has eaten all the apples and that all their old wounds might open up. He even gives one to Marcus.
Is it
Oh.
only apples that prevent this scurvy?
No, not just apples. There's far better fruit that you could eat to prevent scurvy, really. But do you really want me to explain vitamin C to you? I've got a lot to know, I guess.
Oh, it's vitamin C that prevents scurvy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know what a vitamin is.
I guess that checks out.
But she will take the apple that Ren gives her and puts it in her bag.
Look at
I
that!
completely forgot that she gets to eat.
Don't even need to expend a spell slot to keep us healed. And crunches into the apple.
I'm uncertain if I can entirely trust you on this, but I do not want to take the risk.
It's not pretty.
Thank you for sharing your apples, Ren.
Mm-hmm.
I think you see Marcus gives a bit of smile, and he also thanks Ren. And you see him flick out a dagger and start carving out pieces of the apple to eat.
Still hot.
Marcus has a dagger. That's cute.
Oh, this thing.
Condescending.
He says he fenced.
That's an equal dagger.
Is it
gold?
very ornate? Is it like a gold dagger with gems and crests?
Is it a bougie, useless dagger?
Reverie has 13 daggers.
He kind of
Yes, I helped.
he kind of flips it around and he holds out like the handle part to you, and he says, "You're welcome to run your finger along the blade if you want to see how dull it is."
Oh no, I trust.
Oh, why is Marcus being hot right now?
So he kind of smiles and he flips it back with the handle in his hand. You see, it's actually a pretty simple looking dagger. Honestly, it's just a simple simple polished blade. Comes to a nice nice pointy tip. It has a leather wrapped handle and a just a little bit of like a I don't know, crossguard. It's not really a crossguard, but
Hilt. It's got the hilt. Little ornate, little loop on the hilt.
It's I like to think it's secretly a dagger of venom, and he needs to be very fucking careful about not accidentally activating it while trying to get that apple.
That's
One
funny.
drop of this poison will kill you. I shouldn't have
I
licked
should
it.
have licked it.
meanwhile, Brutus just brute forces the apple in like 3 bites.
Ren nods approvingly at that.
Snakes that shit. Swallows it all. The professor immediately looks Marcus up and down, and like the only display of skill with anything that has anything to do with adventuring being the way that he flips a dagger around, and he just immediately clocks him like, I've had students like you in my class. Too busy flipping a dagger around to listen to what I have to say.
I've listened to every word you've said, Professor.
Oh no, not right now. Clearly, you're listening right now. No, sir, that was meant to be inside my head. Did that come out loud? That happens
I do
sometimes.
that sometimes.
He just
This
kind of
is-
smiles and says, "Yeah, it happens."
The professor is gonna like place one hand on his hand that's holding the blade, and the other hand kind of pulls his jacket open a little bit, and he pushes his hand with the dagger into his jacket pocket. He's like, "Let's not go flashing our weapons around, okay? That's how people get hurt. Whether you mean to, or other people see it as a threat."
See, he kind of lifts a brow, looks over at Brutus. Brutus shrugs. Marcus looks back at you, Professor, and he says, do I feel like a threat to you right now, Professor?"
No.
No.
Have you noticed there's one thing that all of us are not doing?
What's that?
That. He gestures with the weapon to the weapon that's like in his hand, in his jacket. Is it like, don't do that?
I prefer my apples cut up, but if you want me to just bite into it, suppose that's fine.
You can cut it without all the. He just sort of flails his hands around. Like, all this. Eat it normal. You're a human. That's what you do. You eat things.
That's a very
I thought-
reductionist strategy.
I thought it was very impressive, Marcus. And very normal. I saw someone else, Yuki, cut things with her dagger earlier today, so it's okay. And Reverie did as well with the mango, so it's fine. All fine.
Sorry.
Pats his arm like
Sorry if you thought I was showing off. I suppose I just have a natural bit
There
of
for the
showmanship.
dramatic.
Well, yeah.
You do spend your time around the actors. It would make sense.
Thank you, Red.
Ren's eyes kind of fade in and out because that was not a compliment, but okay.
You thought it was?
I would kill to see just like an internal scoreboard in Marcus's head and like how cool he is with each of Naruto's friends.
Oh my god, yes.
Versus
Some
the
of
real
them.
one?
Some of the rankings might surprise you.
So he'll oblige, and he will put the dagger away as he leads you onto the boat, and you guys will all sail off to the market. Barring anything else. So as you approach the market, kind of come off on the dock over here where I've got Marcus and Brutus. You see this grand building that kind of wraps around almost an entire city block. There are plenty of places for outdoor vendors to be set up. There are the kinds of vendors that are like under a roof, but it's very open air. There are also like an inside kind of like promenade area too that is completely indoors. This is kind of like the beating heart right now of Tremonto, where most of the community comes together to buy their goods and wares, and even buy their groceries for the day. There are all sorts of fresh food vendors that are set up here. There is a full-blown fish market, as well as other things. As there are some item vendors, like a general store, and you do find a bit of the arcane as well. A shop that sells a limited number of spell scrolls and some other pieces of equipment. But as you make your way over to the dock and bring yourself up onto land, there is a bit of a grouping of people in front of the central market. They are all gathered together. They all seem to be chanting and holding up signs, as indicated by the crowd icon.
A crowd icon. Oh my goodness.
Horrible.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness. Dun
That-
dun
that-
dun.
That
Ooh.
exclamation point looks familiar.
Crowd.
I know. I was looking for a token pack, and I was like, "Oh, that looks familiar."
So you found literally the exact same token pack on Roll20 that I did, I think.
I did, yes. I was like, "Hey, I know that one. I know that one too."
It honestly, it's actually like surprisingly limited when I've been trying to use it for the map, but it does have all the basic stuff you need, like the exclamation point. So, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is going to be another fun test to see how Marcus does outside of his little box.
Can we make?
Let's
Can
get
we
closer.
hear what they're saying?
Let's get closer. Yeah, sure.
Do we need to make any kind of check to hear what they're saying, or can we understand them? Are they talking in unison, like good chanters do? You silly protesters.
Not really chanting. They're just all kind of like. There's a general disgruntledness amongst the people that have gathered here. So give me perception checks to see what it is. You're kind of.
Oh, cool. So that was a natural 20
Okay.
Nice.
for a 28 for Jade.
Very nice.
I will preface that by saying she as soon as we got onto the boat looked very distracted, just staring towards the marketplace because she is on the lookout for these people who have been displaced. So she comes across a crowd instead, but she was very much in tune with trying to find people.
Oh, we're still looking for drugs. Awesome.
Maybe.
Anybody else?
Sure, I'll do perception. Let's see what Ren's up to today. Hey, Ren, do you notice anything? No, not really, no.
Nope. You know what? I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, get him.
Ooh, Yuki big man.
Like I've used one of those bitches in a minute. What are we doing? Again, perception. There you are. Marginally better.
So, no indications of drug usage, Yuki.
Damn.
As you get off the boat, you see Marcus is kind of just... The way he starts to kind of lead is like around the crowd. He doesn't want to go through them. He's trying to find a way to just kind of like skirt around. But Narco and Jade, with your perceptions, you can kind of hear into the rumblings of what the people in this crowd are kind of complaining about. The general gist that you're getting is that there is God, what's the word I'm looking for? There's like an unhappiness.
A disillusionment.
Discontent.
Sure, discontent. Thank you. Good word.
Don't give me words that you're looking for and ideas, and I will throw out all the vocabulary. It's what I do all day at work. I actually
Perfect.
like you people.
Discontent. Great word. So there's a lot of discontent among this crowd, and a lot of them are complaining about things like wage disparity and working long hours for not a lot to show for it. There are complaints that the elite families of Tremonto kind of hoard all the resources, and all the best jobs are kind of given away to friends and family members. A bit of nepotism kind of thrown in there. Complaints that because they have all the wealth and the power, they kind of have the government of the town kind of under their thumb, complaining about things like the cost of housing is too high, they have to have multiple roommates. It's very late stage capitalism kind of stuff here.
It's the worst.
Man, we haven't even abolished the bourgeois, but we're already getting into the weeds here.
Let's go.
Jade, with your perception check, you also hear from a very small contingent within this crowd accusing the elite families of demon worship. And that's how they're able to hold on to their power and influence.
Can I tell who's saying that?
I would say rolling on your 28 perception, you kind of look through the crowd, you follow where this voice is coming from. You see that there's a group of about 3 or 4 people standing around a gold dragonborn that is saying this.
I think Jade just has a moment where she stops and just stares at them with very wide eyes, like hearing that. And memories just flash too fast for her to catch, for her to really understand them. As she drops her basket and just like wraps her arms around herself.
Naraka will notice that Jade is starting to suffer the beginnings of an episode by the looks of it.
Yep.
So she's going to move over. She's going to put an arm around Jade, kind of pull her close. Arby will pick up the basket and anything that's spilled from it. And he's going to lean in close to Jade, says, "I'm here, Jade. It's okay."
I think feeling Narako put her arm around her, like Jade will jump and look at her without really seeing her for a moment before she focuses in on her face. Did you hear them, Narako?
I hear a lot. The crowd is shouting about a wide range of topics they're dissatisfied with. What did you...
She's gonna point out the group and the golden dragonborn. They say that the families are talking with demons. Maybe there's more void magic there.
Maybe. Did you feel something when they said that?
I just heard them.
Yes, but then you dropped your basket and you seemed to be a bit in shock.
I did? Oh. I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. Thank you, Bob, for picking it up. I thought I remembered something, but I don't remember. We should probably talk to them. Shouldn't we?
I think so, but we may need to be careful in our approach, considering that right now we are currently guests of one of the families that they are not too happy with. So
maybe Marcus can talk to them.
he may not feel up to it. It's difficult to try and open a dialogue with someone who's already entering the conversation very heavily emotionally upset with you. But it may be worth seeing if he's willing to give that a chance.
Maybe.
If part of the reason people are so upset is they feel like their concerns about the city are not being heeded, then a gesture from him might go some ways towards it. But that said, the families here would... It's very easy to fall into an us versus them mentality. They might not appreciate the Goldwater is seen as fraternizing with the enemy, quote unquote. And no, that is not a nice or accurate way of looking at the situation, but people don't always behave the way they should. So,
I think her eyes just keep drifting back to that golden dragonborn.
let me see if Marcus is up to joining in the conversation. If not, we can leave him back a bit where he feels comfortable while you and I talk with him.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Can I
So-
make any kind of perception check on the dragonborn? Like, what's he wearing, or is he just like a guy, or is he like? Does he look
Does
like
he
he's
look
just a
like he has
guy, or does he look like he's important?
spectacles?
Hang on a second.
If I put him next to Syrian, what are the odds that Syrian would be laid out on the floor?
Can Syrian beat him up? Syrian, go beat him up. This is your first test. Now, Yuki, how does he stand up against Gorak?
So you see, he's this dragonborn is wearing white. He's wearing like white pants. He's got a bit of a gold tunic on with a brown kind of belt. He looks, despite the crowd that he is in, he looks a little bit more well off than the rest. But being a dragonborn, he does have a bit of a hulking figure to him, although he's not wearing like any armor, or he's not obviously carrying any weapons on him. But I will say, anyone who is looking at this dragonborn may give me a religion check.
Ooh, what is my religion?
Ren is looking for apples in the stalls, too distracted.
Okay. I'd say Professor Jaden Narco, as you look at what this dragonborn is wearing, his tunic has a number of intricate patterns on it. He wears a gold chain around his neck with a small symbol on it. And as you size this guy up, you recognize the symbol that he is wearing is the symbol of the Temple of Joaquin.
That's weird. That is the one they worship.
The goddess of pay me or else. Fun fact, one of the D&D video games, Neverwinter Nights 2, there is a Temple of Joaquin, and the way you resurrect your party members is you literally just purchase tokens from them, and it's basically like a coupon with their goddess for one free resurrection.
Yep, that sounds about right.
It's like buying indulgences from the Catholic Church.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They invented that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna beat that this guy is involved with the temple somehow.
Neat. How's Marcus looking? Seeing an example of the demonstrations that he was talking about before.
So Marcus is trying to make his way around. You and Jade kind of stop as Jade has this moment. Brutus is kind of leading the way through around the crowd with Marcus following, and as it takes a moment for him to realize that you guys have stopped, and he kind of doubles back, and he comes back to you guys and touches your arm, Narco, and he says, we don't have to pay too much attention to them. We can keep moving around, otherwise you'll get stuck here for hours.
Well, considering that these are the citizens of this city, I don't think not paying attention to them is going to really work out. In fact, I think they're quite upset about that exact behavior.
I'm sure they feel challenged to being heard, but even if I did listen, there's really not much I can do.
Narco sort of raises an eyebrow. He says, "Really? Marcus Goldwater, heir to the Goldwater estate? Nothing at all that you can do in this city?"
I mean, just because I have the Goldwater name doesn't mean I have any power to wield it. I mean, the company's still run by my father and my Uncle Oliver. I could try to talk to them, but I can't really do much more outside of that. It's not that I don't.
At the very least, we'd like to know more about it.
Sorry, what was that, Professor?
In the very least, would you like to know more about what they're discontent about?
I'm sure it's something about wages and that they weren't born rich.
That sounds an awful lot like you have no idea, but you're making a lot of assumptions. I could go ask if you want.
There's a lot of circular arguments that go around whenever you get involved with demonstrators like this. Nothing productive ever comes of it.
Maybe it's just
Speaking-
because people keep getting angry. Maybe you
Are
need
you
to sit
speaking-
down.
Are you speaking from experience, Marcus?
I've had some brush-ins at the market here before.
Well then. There are some people here who I do think it would behoove me to talk to. And if I get stuck in many circular arguments, so be it. I would be more upset if I had not at least made an attempt.
Give me a persuasion check, Narco.
That is a 24.
Mm.
See, he kind of sighs and he looks at Brutus, and Brutus like kind of deflates a little bit and rolls his eyes. I think because he knows what Marcus is about to say.
Oh yeah.
It's like Brutus is just like, this fucking girl and her cute fucking face.
Basically.
My job just got so much harder. That's what Brutus is saying.
Marcus looks back at you, Narco, and he says, "Well, if you think I should talk to them, then I shall try."
How about allow myself and Jade here to take the lead? But yeah, I'm when you feel you have the need of something to say, or if you're challenged, I'm very curious to hear what you have to say.
That's random.
Very well.
So, Jade is very preoccupied with this Dragonborn as like her primary interest in the crowd, right?
Yeah, Jade's definitely focusing on them the most, but she's sticking by Narco.
Alright. Narco will take up an arm with Jade to be emotional support, special friend, and he'll say, "Do you wish to hear more from the Dragonborn on what sort of demon worship is going on?"
She'll look at him and his like 3 or 4 groupies. And then how many other people are in this crowd of protesters that are not these people, that are not like the Dragonborn's group?
You got about 20 to 25 people here altogether. The the Dragonborn and the group around him comprise about there's about 4 of them, including the Dragonborn.
I think she'll look at the Dragonborn and the others, and then look at the rest of the crowd and back to Nariko and say, "He's from the Temple of Joaquin. I think we can find him later. It might be worthwhile to talk to everyone else first. Otherwise, if they start listening to him, it might get worse."
Very well. Nariko is going to look for someone in the crowd who seems to be, one of the primary agitators, demagogue, someone who's sort of like leading, like, and we're not gonna take it, are we? No. Like, where's that guy?
Head rabble rouser.
Oh, there you go. I think I saw that in a movie once.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Nariko, you scan the crowd. You're looking for one of the major like instigators, and you see a human male who is kind of like walking through the crowd. You see it, the kind of person where everybody seems to know this person's name, going around shaking hands, talking to people, and he's kind of like riling them up as he's going around. He's probably a touch above 6 foot. He's got broad shoulders, and he's got a rugged, weathered look that kind of pegs him as a bit of a laborer. But he has sharp, intense eyes. He's got a thick beard, and he has that kind of face and mentality that kind of draws familiar attention to him.
Cool. What seems to be sort of his current activity with the crowd?
He's kind of going around through the crowd, and you see he is kind of chanting and cheering along with them. He's kind of giving out the little vocal tidbits like, better wages, better housing, better hours, and talks of unionizing.
Cool. World building question for Joe. Does the Von Grützner company have a workers' union?
Does the Von Grützner company have a workers' union?
Ooh. Yeah, do they, Nariko, as you're trying to replace them all with robots?
That's a good question.
I think they do not.
Ooh.
Cool.
But I will say that I have a feeling, and you can feel free to take this in a different direction, but I have a feeling that it would be Nariko's opinion that Katerina does honestly try to do what is best for the Von Grützner workforce.
Not much of a stretch. Nariko has a very borderline unhealthy worship of her mother as
True.
ideal businesswoman, ideal woman. Period. So Nariko might be of a like, well, we haven't
Katerina would never have
advocate for
gotten to this
unions
point.
in my company because they don't need them.
Exactly.
I feel like Katerina would have never let it got to this point. She'd have been like, there would never have been protesters. Someone would have just knocked at my door and we would have talked about it.
Yeah, like we have a suggestion box for a reason. Also, like because
You want a piece of
we
Tuesday,
use so such like heavy supplements of automation, like the actual workforce numbers are not like super high, and a lot of them are like skilled workers that we like the Modrons can't really replace anyway. So anyway,
Headed towards a utopia where people just get paid to art.
Ooh, let's make that happen.
look, Nariko probably won't live long enough to see the horrors that her march for progress are going to unleash. So it's fine.
That's okay.
You could be a good capitalist in this fantasy realm.
And what is it like the third generation always like fucks it up. So Katarina was
Yeah.
first generation. Narco grew up on her stories and had a lot of opportunities and internalized a lot of that. By the time her kids come of age, they're gonna be fucking nepo babies and just gonna squander it.
That's
Nah,
Marcus's
send him to
fault.
the Feywild for send him to the Feywild for an attitude adjustment. It'll be
There
fine.
you go.
They'll be fine.
Narco's kids turn out to be the Marcus of the Von Group's third generation. It's like, oh no!
No. I tried so hard.
Yep. So I think Naruko's tack here is like she's swapped out of her fancy noble duds into her more like fancy but practical adventuring attire. So I think she would probably still stand out in a crowd of like mostly working class people anyhow. But I think she will sort of make use of that to stand out a bit more and sort of subtly position herself to be on the intercept path with this guy, so that by the time he sort of reaches her section of the plaza, she's ready to greet him with a smile and a handshake.
How are you positioning Marcus as you approach?
Behind
He
her.
was sequestered and told if he had something to say, he could come and say it. So he's like in the back in the corner.
Well, this is also kind of a test. So Naruko
Everything's a
offered to
test.
take the lead on opening up the dialogue, just because she knows that Marcus probably has like no plan of how to do that for himself. But that said, it is up to his discretion if he wants to be like right up there beside her, or sort of like just behind and kind of like waiting in the eaves, trying not to draw attention to himself, whatever he's comfortable with.
I feel like Marcus would certainly be behind Naruko, and Brutus kind of right next to him, making sure that the crowd keeps a bit of a buffer zone around him. It would not take much of a passive perception to see that Brutus is doing his job to make sure that nobody in this crowd can get close enough to Marcus to like grab at him or anything like that. He's very much like Yuki was earlier, probably heightened like 10 times. He's very much in watchdog mode as you get into this kind of close quarters. But as you wade into the crowd, Naruko, Marcus behind you, Brutus at his side, where are the rest of you?
Jade is arm linked with Naruko.
Ren is watching from the outskirts, and if someone calls him a demon to his face, he's going to express how hurtful that is.
Yuki is going to be, I think, hanging close to Reverie. So wherever Reverie is, I think Yuki's going to kind of lurk there. No kidnappings today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with like the main group, preferably in like the middle of as many people as possible.
Okay.
Professor's probably also the main group that's just kind of really trying to overhear like the different discussions and the different topics in which they're mobbing about.
Okay.
We're all just fanned out around this guy. He has no idea what's coming.
So you see this guy kind of making his way through the crowd. He catches eyes with you, Naruko, and he goes to greet you. He puts his hand out to kind of shake your hand with charismatic smile, and as you see his eyes flick over your shoulder, you see the moment that his eyes kind of catch sight of Marcus, and his expression goes a little bit more neutral. But still, he approaches you cordially, and he says, "You're a new face here. I haven't seen you before, but I can tell you are with Mr. Goldwater."
Indeed. I am Nara von Grutzner, of the von Grutzner family in Point Pleasant, also of the Mystic Mechanicus. And who are you, sir?
My name is Aurelian Farrow. Aurelian Farrow. I'm currently the one leading these people to, on a call to unionize, because we're tired of being pushed around by the likes of the elite families, he says as he stares directly into Marcus's face.
I see. I was very... Sorry, my brain went down for a second.
Brain will-
Sometimes.
Control-Delete.
Reboot.
Yes. Yes. I've been hearing quite a lot of calls to action from everyone in the square. I was hoping, would you be able to sort of get me a succinct mission statement for what you're looking to achieve?
The elevator pitch. Well, we're looking for equal opportunity for all residents of Tremonto. That's equal opportunity for good jobs, for good pay, and for everyone to have a good and prosperous life. Seeing as how the likes of the Goldwaters, the Belafontes, and the Doros have hoarded everything that they've gotten. They forget on whose backs their enterprises were built.
I see. I've had a chance to tour the city so far. So far, I've seen things like the Performing Arts Center, the Mercato, the Temple, and the various palazzos, all very clear signs of investment. Where do you feel like investments should be directed more for the betterment of the people? What do you envision?
I envision a world where these tyrants of industry actually pay their workers what they're worth so that we can afford to live in homes that aren't sinking and flooding, and that we don't have to always rely on the Belafontes to come put band-aids on them.
So housing shortage. The fact that the city is an island and doesn't much in the way of grow of land means more population squeezed together. That's a primary concern, I take it?
That is one, yeah.
Excellent! I have wonderful news, actually. One of the investments that I learned about with the Goldwaters was Verdant Holdings, which is currently making strides in using waste material from the industry here in order to create building materials sustainably. And ideally, if it could be scaled up in production, we might be able to work on expanding the landmass here.
Well, that would be all fine if they could ever get off the ground.
Indeed! Are you aware that they've been suffering setbacks by saboteurs? People coming in the night and damaging or removing the equipment?
No, we've heard of something going on in there. I don't know exactly what it was.
Well, I'm glad my instincts that this was a vital project have been confirmed by your testimony. Makes it all the more critical that I do my best to protect it. You mentioned more about equal opportunities. Do you find that there are sections of society that face like discriminating hiring practices? What do you think are the core obstacles that are in need of fixing?
Well, it's pretty well known that the families here in the city, they give away the best high-paying jobs to their friends and their family, usually passed down the bloodline, he says, again, looking at Margus,
Mhm.
while the rest of us are fighting for the scraps of basically deckhand work, which pays a pittance compared to what the work is actually worth. And if we were
So-
to unionize, if we were to all come together and stand up to these people and tell them, no, we won't work for pieces of copper a day, then perhaps we could afford nice things ourselves too. I mean, look at their houses. You can tell just how much their coffers must be overflowing, and yet you see people here living in squalor.
Narako sort of nods along. Mm-hmm. So, would you be proposing legislation be brought up to sort of prevent against such hiring practices?
Well,
We didn't actually think that through.
well, it would be nice if we could see something coming down from the government, but it seems pretty clear that they just do whatever people like the Goldwaters tell them to do, and I don't think we'll ever see that kind of change from that end, so we have to take things into our own hands.
So, you say take things into your own hands. You mentioned collective bargaining. Are you anticipating to like a general strike?
I mean, certainly wouldn't be. Yeah, I think that would be a plan.
Okay. And then I notice you're gathering here. Are you presumably the Palazzo de Tremonto would be sort of the government headquarters? Are there ordinances against gatherings by there?
Nope, this is just a better place to do it. More of the town comes here on a more regular basis. The more eyes that see us, the more ears that hear us, the further what we say will go.
Well, you managed to get my eyes and ears, so can't fault that logic there.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you're with us.
I'm soon to be married into the Goldwater family, so Tremonto is to become my home too. It'd be foolish for me not to have an understanding of what troubles our city.
I think as
Ooh, that's a good plane.
he
Just-
hears you're gonna become a Goldwater, I think it finally clicks. You know who you are, and you can kind of see the gamut of emotion kind of like run over his face as he tries to decide how he's going to respond to that. And while he tries to decide how to respond to that, I'm going to decide how to respond to that. And it's past 11 o'clock, so it feels good. Place to take a break for the night.
I get to take
Aurelian
time off to think.
Just Aurelian trying to decide. I have an instinctive personal hatred for the bourgeois, but she's been really nice and reasonable about this whole thing. So
She's listening. How can I
Yeah.
use this?
Isn't that irritating?
Is she
Pivotal
my in? What do I do?
she's listened to my concerns, and she's been trying to help brainstorm solutions to systemic issues in town. Fuck! Did I find a good capitalist? No, that's impossible. I'm gonna be so sad if we eventually find out, like, oh, this guy's actually like a plant from Dalamar. Like, he's actually like just trying to raise unrest. He doesn't actually have an agenda. I mean, it's just so mean.
Well,
Good times, guys.
And I appreciate that Marcus's response to this is, I'm going to be quiet. And
I'm so proud of him for being quiet.
well, it's important for Naruto to sort of like model some behavior for him first before eventually
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy's going to turn to him and demand some questions.
yeah.
So
Oh
let's
yeah.
hope he's been taking notes.
I will take nominations for this evening. There were two in particular that I enjoyed. I really liked Reverie on Team Stealth through Palazzo Coldwater, just stealing stuff out of the pantry that they were free to have anyway.
Absolutely.
That was pretty
100%.
good. Support it.
I also like Reverie just being like, hey, do you know what changelings are? Yeah, I'm one of them.
That was
Don't tell me.
great.
So quiet.
That was also good too. That was actually a lot
Yeah.
of growth though.
That was definitely really good.
Also, notably, doesn't prove this fact at all. Just
Oh, no.
tells him that she is.
Tells him that I'm a thing you've only heard of in stories.
Yeah.
Keep it to
I'm
yourself.
absolutely determined to never change in front of Marcus Everett.
That's amazing, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for you.
Big
Smart.
innovator.
Make him
Making flesh
question
a reality. Oh yes.
Well, honestly, I think we've established at this point, Marcus would probably just believe it, because think about all of the other like crazy ass stories we told this guy.
We have been telling a
That
lot of
is
shit.
true. That is very true.
He-
He's like,
he's seeing like the
uh-huh.
type who would take it at face value.
You stopped asking questions about 12 hours ago.
I also really liked Ren. There were quite a few things that Ren did made me laugh. I can't remember what they were now. The judgmental glare though, definitely one of them.
I've had that
I-
prep since last session. I've been waiting.
The feeling bad for not sharing apples was great.
Yeah. Yep.
That one really
Giving
was
us
what it.
all an apple.
The
That was fucking
discovery of
adorable.
the discovery
not my
of
friends.
Skirty. I also really liked the line, "I've already died, let me live."
That was a really good line.
Mhm.
That was so
Between-
good.
Between that and Referee's like, I am 2 months old. I do not know the old fun facts.
That was good
Yeah.
too.
Love
So
that
much of this
shit.
party has great excuses for their behavior, really.
I know. Because half
guess
of us
that's
have
good.
amnesia and half of us are back from the dead. I'm both.
She's just a baby.
Just a baby. Yeah, what Loki's gonna be saying in about a month every time Charlie does something. I'm just a baby. I already have 2 inspirations and a charge, so I'm good. Sorry, the problem with Ren is he doesn't give a fuck that his perception is bad. He doesn't care if he doesn't notice shit. He's
I
so
would
fucking
also-
blasé.
I would also nominate Jade for the exploration of the dining room and also like actually talking in the moment about the upcoming wedding and
True.
trying to see how we feel about Marcus and trying to work through that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
Good
also
point.
already have 2.
Damn it.
Does anybody not have 2 at this point?
Yuki used one tonight, give it to her.
That was exactly 0.
Oh, fuck. I'll obviously give one to Reverie too. There we go. Done.
Yeah,
Yuki
yeah.
was awesome and insisting that she still look for drugs. Well done, you. I'm gonna find him.
I think you
I got
played
faith in
well
you.
to her character tonight of like just being there,
Yeah.
like where she felt like she was most needed, even though she was having a rough time of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know you're mad at me, but I'm still supporting you.
You're mad at me, but I am Watchdog. Nothing will happen to you while I am here.
It's a lot of
Yep.
personal strength.
Unless something comes in silently through the window.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
we're trying.
She's not the best Watchdog, but she means well.
She does mean well, and she's making her best effort. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, fam.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Arcane Lock is in the Artificer spell list. So,
Ooh. Ooh.
No, Naruto can just cast that every time we go to bed in a room that has windows.
Except
Okay, then.
you can't do it inside.
Except not at the Palazzo Goldwater.
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
I-
can't do anything on the Palazzo.
Man, I was going to point out the fact that it's like 25 gold a pop every time you cast the damn thing, so I'll go broke eventually. But no, the
Yeah.
anti-magic field is also a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! It looks like I think D&D Beyond finally updated, and now artificers can pick the new versions of spells.
Oh, good.
Yay! That's
I
exciting.
also liked the conversation between Sentinel Mousetrap and
Oh my
Professor.
gosh. I love Mousetrap. Yeah, that was a good conversation too.
I also liked that conversation too. I liked the talking about like fighting the void and are you ready and are you sure you're ready and kind of Professor telling him like make sure you don't get hit and this and that. I also liked that. I thought that was really
That
good
was
too.
that was very good. I forgot that
I
was
just
the
enjoy Sentinel Mousetrap.
Tyrion is so desperate to be
I
involved.
just want approval.
He's so little and dumb.
Why won't you love me? Who
Look,
are you
if-
again?
Look, you get to like be a part of the adventures if any one of us like specifically adopts you. Right now, the professor hasn't really adopted Syrian. Syrian's kind of just been assigned to the professor as an attaché.
Right.
So, if any of us really took an interest, he would not be able to escape going on the adventures.
That's
He
also
would be-
true.
He would be
I mean,
joining the
Jane
Combine
adopted those
alongside
goblins.
the
Those
familiars
goblins are
and
pretty.
Dave.
Jane adopted those goblins. Those goblins are pretty safe on their own right now.
I love those goblins. They're fabulous.
They're just on the ship.
Having a great
Well,
time.
they got shore leave. We could run into them somewhere.
Oh
They
my
got
God.
shore leave.
Let's go.
Hilarious.
I don't have a whole crew pilot a ship into port and then like stay there for a week and refuse to let them leave the ship. It's not
Well, have fun,
sanitary.
guys. That's true.
Referencing the aforementioned scurvy.
Do goblins get scurvy?
Goblins are born with scurvy.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was about to say goblins are scurvy.
Okay, that tracks.
In D&D world, scurvy is actually just a really racist term for goblin.
Oh, it's cold.
Great. Jade learned a new word and now it's a bad word.
Now it's a racial slur. Damn it!
Great. Yuki is not telling her. Y'all can figure it the fuck out.
Professor did it.
That's not true, but doesn't it sound like it could be?
Yes,
Mhm.
that's the problem. Very believable.
I love you all. I'm going to sleep.
That's
Love you,
fair.
love you.
Thank you for powering through to be here. I would give you a kitten, but we're very far away.
Dibs.
It's okay. Thank you.
Could have found
Good night.
another one though.
Hey,
Blackbirds are awfully
Good
snuggly.
night.
Ciao.
Good night.
Pretty sure kitten went to bed now.
No.
I mean, that's fair. He's little. You got sleep.
Hard. It's very difficult to be so tiny and so cute.
Full-time job, man.
Hmm.
Also, the longer he just like hangs out down here, the more I start to worry that he's just gonna like poop on the floor.
No, that's a fair concern too.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was keeping him down here, when I was the all pet babysitter, I would bring down his box into my bedroom so that it
Oh,
was
yeah.
right there.
Very
He's good about
thoughtful.
going. He's good about going to his box. I'm very proud of him.
Nice.
He has ADD too. If he doesn't see it, he forgets about it.
Fucking
Object
object permanence is bullshit.
My life. Oh my gosh, it's so true.
But yeah, my while I was hanging out listening to Stealth Team shenanigans, I got the email saying that my little pins had come in the mail, so I went up to the box to check. And now, when I cast bless on people, I can just fucking hand out the buttons, and I'm like, here you
Do
are.
it.
Remember
love
your-
that.
uh,
Do that
It's so
thing.
cute.
I'm getting tired of yelling hashtag blessed across the table every single turn.
I know what you're talking about. That's half the fun.
Yeah, the other half is a sore throat though, so I agree with Mike.
Yeah, okay, fair
Also,
point.
I like getting swag.
He has an awful lot of fun. Alright, I gotta take off too because I gotta go manage pets. You guys have a great night.
Hey, good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.